Next to MRT, near to town, surrounded by many different schools. Sounds too good to be true? Let's get straight into it. Hi, my name is Randall and today we are going to analyze the upcoming new launch of Chuan Park. Before we get started, do help me like this video so we can reach more people out there. Here are some things I'll be sharing with you today. Number 1, project information. Number 2, unit distributions. Number 3, accessibility of the location. Number 4, my take on the possible pricing that developer will launch Chuan Park. And lastly, should you buy or not? Number 1, project information. So to give you all some context, Chuan Park is actually an unblock sale where developers actually bought it from the ex-owners of Chuan Park at 890 million. And with that, it's actually the largest unblock sale of 2022 back then. This plot of land is pretty big and they actually managed to bought it at quite a good price for the owners as well. And actually we get to see this area having a new launch after so many years. We are situated in a very good location where we are in the Serangoon district, where we can get to see the proximity to MRT is very near, the Lorong Chuan MRT, which gives us a lot of accessibility. One station away, you have the Northeast line, and another station away, you have the North-South line. So there's a lot more convenience for you as an owner that is buying a project over here. So based on this, we actually do have 916 units, a total of 5 blocks. And with that, we also do have car park lots of 734 lots and a total of 6 accessibility lots. So to give you guys a better picture of the accessibility via the MRT, let's take a look at this slide itself. We are one stop away to the Northeast line, which leads us to Dhoby Ghaut, and another stop away to the North-South line, where it leads us to Orchard. So you have many conveniences, especially living at a project that's next to the MRT. So in this area, there's also a potential of future government land sale sites that the government may release in the upcoming years itself. We have Chuan Grove, which is actually currently on tender, where the tender launching date is going to be in December. And importantly for us is that we get to see a potential new town being formed over here in the Lorong Chuan district. So for this area, there's also an upcoming 3 more land plots as seen in this, that we may actually potentially have other launches happening in this area. And importantly, being a first mover does give you an advantage, especially in terms of moving forward. You get to position yourself right in this Chuan Park location. So now let's talk about unit distribution. What I do like about this is because the developer actually do have a lot of family-oriented units where they actually start from a 2-bed, 2-bath onwards. So based on this, we actually do have about 44% of 2-bedders, 47% of 3-bedders, and 6.6% of 4-bedders and 2.4% of 5-bedders, which actually shows us that the developers actually very thoughtful in terms of the affordability for most buyers, and they do not come out a lot of larger unit types. So let's take a look at one of the layouts that I feel is very attractive, especially talk about the 4-bedders. Families do tend to want to upgrade in the future. So as you can see, the 4-bedders, there's actually very nice designs that they have, especially for the 4D1 layout. There's actually a storeroom down here, and 1 bedroom is here, 2 bedroom is here, 3 bedroom, and junior master as well. So this is actually one thing that is very nice, especially this is a very spacious area, especially looking out into the balcony. And secondly, there's a D2 layout where there's a bomb shelter over here that gives you a lot more storage if you require. And lastly, we look at the 5-bedroom layout, which is honestly very, very rare. So this project, the layout is that you actually have an entrance, a Z entrance, that you have the kitchen area over here, and subsequently a junior master and a main master down here. So for this itself, especially for those families that require larger spaces, they can actually take this unit, actually understand more into how they can visualize their whole family moving into this. So this is also a show unit layout. So if you really want to have a tour of this project, do hit me up over here. I'll gladly bring you down to actually take a look at this project and give you the rundown of which units it's suitable for your own choice. This development has no 1-bedder and 2-bed, 1-bath, which is actually very important because these layouts that they are catering for is mainly for families and they start from a 2-bed, 2-bath. Let's be real, if you are a family of 4, would you want to stay in a unit that is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom or 2-bed, 1-bath? Honestly, it's going to be very difficult, especially you talk about your day-to-day life and all. I would say this developer do have a lot more thoughts into letting families enjoy living in Chuan Park. Okay, let's take a break over here. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel of the layouts in Chuan Park. Number 3, amenities around Chuan Park. We are one stop away to Serangoon MRT, which is NEX Shopping Mall, which has 2 supermarkets. One is the Cold Storage and secondly is Fair Price. So as we zoom out, we also have a connectivity to Orchard, very simply through the North-South line. And especially for those drivers, you actually have the Central Expressway, which is CTE, that gives you a lot of comfort in terms of traveling to town or even to the northern part of Singapore. And of course, when you're staying in this area, just opposite us, there's a new tech park, which has a lot of eateries that gives you a time to chill with your friends. So for people that like to go for nature trails and all, we actually have MacRitchie Reservoir, which is just a 10-minute drive away from Chuan Park. So if you're wanting to go to Botanic Gardens, you can either take the MRT of 4 stops or drive for 12 minutes to head to Botanic Gardens. So in terms of this area, it's well connected, and especially near to us, we have the Nanyang JC, and secondly, we have the Australian International School. Now let's move on to number 4, my take on the possible pricing of Chuan Park. Based on my analysis, a 2-bed 2-bath at Chuan Park would actually be about 2.6 average PSF. Having the total size of 700 square feet, we'll be looking about a 1.82 million to enter into Chuan Park 2-bed 2-bath. So for 2+ study unit, based on my analysis, if we were to look at an average PSF of 2006, we will have a 2-bed 2-bath of 700 square feet at 1.82 million and 2+ study at 1.9 to 1.93 million. And subsequently, we have a 3 classic at 915 square feet at about 2.38 million. Additionally, if you're looking for purely of space and an investment in a larger unit type, we actually have a 5-bedroom in Chuan Park. This particular unit is about 1549 square feet, which sets us back about 4.1 million on average. A slight caveat, this is actually an analysis of my own take of how the developer would price this project. Of course, right now the pricing is not out yet, but if you want to find out the pricing and want to get a lowdown of this project, do hit me up and I'll send you the latest info whenever I receive it. Lastly, should you buy or not? Let's explore the pros and cons. So the pros, we are next to MRT, literally just outside our gate, just 1 minute walk away. And number 2 is that we actually surrounded by many good schools around us. And number 3, we actually do have a lot of possibilities of previous owners in Chuan Park. Maybe you do have a priority purchase as well. So if you wanted to get latest updates of whether you can get priority purchase, you can actually drop me a DM and I actually can share more with you on to whether or not you qualify to get priority purchase. Subsequently, the location is very convenient and it's actually very centrally located, very accessible to many parts of Singapore. And of course, we are 82% unobstructed views over in Chuan Park, where you do have landed views and also have unblocked views of a lot of units surrounding us. Let's look at the con. Of course, this project, it may not be suitable for single buyers because if it's your first property, maybe the quantum is a little bit more pricey, especially we are starting about 1.82 million on average. That gives us a very far away from many young couples or young buyers. So if you wanted to have an analysis of which projects you can enter before looking at Chuan Park subsequently, you can actually hit me up and I can share more with you onto how do you start your property journey, especially maybe from something smaller, but build up to buy a sub-sale in Chuan Park. And lastly, let's look at the track record of Kingsford. Honestly, the developer did not have a good track record for 2 previous projects, Kingsford Water Bay and Kingsford Hillview Peak. So as a buyer, I guess many of us are concerned, especially the developer do not have a good, strong track record into developing projects as well. So definitely as a consumer, I understand your concerns, but let's look at a recent project that just completed, Normanton Park. Normanton Park was also an en-bloc project where Kingsford actually bought into the project. So this developer liked to buy and look at the views of the project before they started to bid for the project. So for this itself, it gives us a lot of insights. And personally, when I went into Normanton Park, the quality was much better than expectation. So as a consumer, I would say be less worried about it because they actually learn from their mistakes. And right now, I feel that they're actually back into the proper standing already. In conclusion, I personally feel that if you wanted to enter into Chuan Park, you have to look at your own financial position before deciding whether Chuan Park is suitable for your own purchase, especially for first-time buyers. And if you really need a deeper overview onto how do you plan out and map out your own property journey, you can actually hit me up and I'll give you a proper plan for you to actually execute for your own journey. So if you wanted to understand more onto how I plan my own journey, you can look back at my previous video that I actually go through my own step where I bought a 1-bedder and I converted to a 2-bedder, then converted to a 3-bedder. Of course, in Chuan Park, we do not have a 1-bedder for you to start off, but it's actually a proper ascension plan that you can actually look at where you can actually upgrade to this in the future. Again, if you like this video, do feel free to like, share and subscribe and hit the notifications bell to get notified for more videos that I'll be uploading soon. Cheers everyone.